Ba-da-ba. Hey, good morning, everybody. Iggy here. Just wanted to stop by real quick and just share, just kind of give you updates a little bit where I'm at, what's going on, what's happening. I know I haven't really been on for a while. I've been kind of in this little limbo-ishy type thing, but I really believe that I was affected a little bit by the Scorpion moon. Because I was so sleepy for the last 2 days. I was just like, I wasn't tired. I was just like a little bit sleepy, but I had that sleepy feel, but I just couldn't quite sleep. So it was kind of weird. It was kind of strange, kind of bizarro world. And so I was just like, wow, what is that? Why do I feel this way? So I want to say happy birthday to everybody who has a birthday today. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. All right. So I want to talk about episodes. Sometimes when you do your work, it's kind of like art. Some art you like, and some art you're impartial to, and some art you're like, not sure about this, but this particular episode I really like. It's called Iggy Garcia TV episode 42. You can find it on YouTube. Inspiring Self. So if you look here, you can see that it's pixelated, right? And the reason it's pixelated is because I don't know why it's pixelated. This is kind of the time where my mom passed away, and this is the time where I think she came and visited. And I also believe this is what I look like when my fragmented self is traveling through the internet, through cyberspace, through Wi-Fi. So I'm going to play it real quick. But they're not. You get enough black sheep together, then you're a rainbow sheep because you don't fit in the black sheep group now. Come on, you know? That's what happens. We label ourselves, okay? We all put ourselves in these categories and these labels about who we are and what we think we are and how we think we should be different. And we're unique because we're this way. Oh, yeah, man. You know? Okay, great. But when do you make the difference in your life in order to make difference in other people's lives? That's the key. How do you inspire the world? Well, you can't really inspire the world if you're not going to inspire yourself. You're not going to find ways to inspire you, who you are, and what you feel you think you bring to the table to this world. I know there's a lot of you on this podcast listening and watching on this live stream who look up to the stars and go, oh, man, I wish the aliens come and get me and take me away. Some of you going, I'm here. I was here for a purpose on this planet and this earth. And you know what? I'm going to say, yeah, you are. What you waiting for? Are you waiting for an invitation? Because there's an invitation every day. There's an invitation to self-inspire and to self-create, self-motivate. Yeah. So that's of many times that I just pixelated. I turn into this pixelated version of myself. And I was listening to this because I remember this particular podcast and I really enjoyed listening to it because I go back and listen to my stuff because it's important to listen to your own stuff just to kind of see where you've been and what's going on in your life. So, episode 42 of Inspiring Self had a lot of magic in it, had a lot of amazing things that happened. And I was really excited to share that with you. But if you watch this video, it's like I'm there and I'm not there. It's like all of a sudden I just turn into this pixelated version of myself. But it's like, is it the camera? Is it the Wi-Fi? Is it my mom visiting? But I found it really curious and I found it very interesting because I think that's only happened one time before. And believe me, my equipment, it's improved over the years, but not much. I'm not using anything different that I haven't used before. But maybe we tap into things. Maybe we get to see what we really look like. Maybe we are living in a simulation. I don't know. Maybe that's what my simulated version looks like. Yeah, pretty colorful, pretty rainbowy, kind of interesting. But when you do your work, when you have art, when you have something that you cherish, something that you created, you should honor it. You should honor it, and sometimes artists will destroy and erase something they created because they just feel it wasn't expressing the emotion it was. Sometimes we create art and we think we're doing it for ourselves, but sometimes our art inspires other people. Sometimes the things that we create bring something out
somebody that's buried, trapped deep inside them that we weren't aware of until after we've created that. And art is in the eye of the beholder. So whoever is beholding and looking and wondering what it is, they're always going to see something that you don't see, even if you created it, even if you made it, even if you say, no, that's not why I did it. I did it because I wanted to express self-expression. And even though you did do that, like this video, it's about self-expression and what I was trying to relay the message to. I found it fascinating because when you go back and you listen to the words that you spoke, the powerful words that you've created through spirit, through God, inspiration, through indoctrination, revolution, expansion, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to use it. We create all the time. We're creating creatures. So this podcast that I created was very inspirational to me. It's something that was very close to my heart because it started off about my mom when I lost my mom 3 years ago. And I was in a really hard place, very dark. I don't want to say dark, but really sad place. My heart was really deep and really crushed about what was happening in my life at that time. And then 10 months later, I lost my dad. And it was like, what else could happen, And you start to think, you start to guess, you start to wonder, and you start to say, man, what am I going to do, I don't know. But it's just weird, it's just strange. That episode was just so powerful. But I don't know. It was just something that just moved me. I was just I was in a different state of mind. And to be honest with you, the pandemic didn't help anything. It just made me go more inside of my own head and my own heart and my own feelings. To the point where you're just like, who are we? What are we? How do we? Some people just say, get over it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Blah, 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 blah. But that's not how healing works. That's not how healing happens. Healing is a very unique process into itself. It could take years. It could take minutes. It can take hours. Excuse me. But for me, I'm better. I'm getting there. I'm getting to that place where I know that these people are not coming back. I don't know if my parents would have made it through COVID. I don't know anything. All I know is that they checked out before. Did they know something that I didn't know? It's hard to gauge that. It's hard to see that because, when you look back and you see how everything played out, you see patterns that you didn't see before. You see things that you didn't notice before. You start to become aware of things that you didn't notice. You're like, wow, that's pretty interesting because I never noticed that before until just now. And I get this and I get that. And I said, to myself, wow. No, I really said that. I said, wow to myself. I'm like, wow, just don't know. And why are some people pass away and why some people make it? I don't know. I think everybody has their moment in time where their number is called. It doesn't matter if you take the shot, don't take the shots, or if you take all your vaccinations throughout your life and you still don't. We all have a limited time on this planet. We all have a limited time on what we're doing, and so what I'm thinking is, just do your best with what you have. We're going to have a lot of demands put on us here in the near future. We're going to have a lot of things coming up where we're going to be challenged, and how we respond and react is going to be a big part of that. I have some others about what's going to be coming up the pike here with vaccine cards and all these different things. Should I worry? I don't know. Part of me is worried. Part of me is worried that, that we're doing things that we're we're putting demands on people that maybe we shouldn't, and maybe we should. Part of me is conflicted. Part of me is going, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the agenda is proper, and it's not forcing people to do things that they don't want to do. Just because we've created this environment. We've created it. We've helped create this environment of conformality. You know, you got to conform or you're out. You have to conform or you're gonna this. You know, you have to do this or do that or you're not. Granted, if you're gonna go to school, right, you got to get vaccines. I get that. But I mean, the way that we're going about it is kind of weird for me. That's the weird part. That's the part that's strange. Is the way we're like segregating people and putting them into these mental camps. I call them mental camps because that's what it feels like. It feels like we're putting people in mental camps. We're putting them into these little spaces. So how do you inspire yourself with all this stuff? And that's going to be the crux and the challenge for us. Creating these character building moments for ourselves. You know, together we win. I get that. It's good to be here, and I get that. You know. But what's humanity want to do? What's their end game? What's their goal? Survival? Is that it? We just want to survive. We just want to make sure that the next generation continues and prospers. Is that enough? Are we not to enjoy the fruits of our labors, the things that we've created, the things that are created for us? Is life just working and going to a job, paying our bills, you know, meeting people and just hanging out, drinking a beer, eating? What is life? Those are things we're going to ask ourselves. We're going to have to ask ourselves deep, deep thoughts about what it means to be human, what it means to be part of this. Because part of this is really strange right now. But I encourage you to watch this video because I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's really moved me and it's really powerful. And it just says a lot about who we are. I talk about the eagle who falls into the chicken coop and for a long time believes it's chicken because it's been there so long that it just totally forgets. You know, that's where we're at. Who are you? Are you a chicken, an eagle? Eagle, a chicken? Some of you would probably say, I'm neither, Iggy. I'm the black sheep. Well, you're still a sheep, regardless. Black or white, you're still a sheep. It'd be different if you said, I'm not either or I'm not a black sheep. I wouldn't even use the word sheep in the context. I just am who I am. The story is that's why they call it the black sheep, but yet the label stays the same. It's just you just add a different color. Because when black sheeps get together, they all become sheep again, a herd of like-minded people, and then they create and they segregate and they divide and then they conquer. They do the same thing that white sheep do, except in a loving, light way. Maybe. I don't know. That's for you to decide. For you to decide. This is the Mind of Iggy. This is where my mind's going. This is where my mind swims in wonders about things. But I do know this. That things will get better. Things will get better. Things will get better. Then we'll stumble. Then we'll stumble. And things will get better. Things will get better. Things will get better. We'll stumble. And things will get better. We will cycle. And we will do what humans do. All right, guys, have a good day. Have a good night. I will talk to you soon. Iggy Garcia, the Mind of Iggy. I will see you guys next time on my show, my podcast. Ho'oponopono. I'll talk to you guys later. It's good to be here. Love you. Take care and be well.